All right. Hey, Lonnie and Ryan, guys over here. And
That's
a good one. That's a good one. I
that's
like that.
hilarious. Was that a mistake, or like how did that become a thing on your channel?
No, it wasn't a mistake. I stole that from one of the creators that I've been watching for years.
Oh, okay.
His name is Stefan. Gosh, what's the name of the channel? Wow, I can't think of it right now. He talks mainly about financial stuff, you know.
Okay.
And
I know I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
Graham Stephan?
Graham Stephan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he did that in a few of his episodes back in the day, and I'm like, you know what? I might steal that. I see how that's gonna work. So,
Hey, Pete,
Yeah,
it's guys over here.
yeah.
We watched, Ryan and I both watched that video of yours, and I was like, Ryan, did you catch how he brought that in at the beginning? And Ryan was like, yeah. I was like, that was a chef's kiss. That was a nice touch.
Yeah. And a lot of people at first thought that I was just like messing, or that I just screwed up or something. And then I did it again and again. And of course, it got a little bit old after a few episodes, but
I noticed it's in your comments a lot too. And the comments always get a bunch of likes. So
once in a while, I'll bring it back and I'll say it here and there. But for the most part, it's done.
Pete, for those, believe it or not, we've actually had a guest on this podcast already. I don't know if you watched it or not. I know you said you've watched this a little bit. Hot Lunch Reseller. Did you watch that one at all?
Mm-hmm. And funny thing is, I know about him before he knew about me.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That is wild.
So, that's right, because on the show, he hadn't heard of you yet.
No.
So on the show, he said, I have no idea who Craigslist Hunter is, right?
Wild.
But listen, it's all fine because, I drifted away in some form from like very close eBay community, right?
Right.
So I exposed myself a little bit to more broader audience to get out there more, which was the whole idea behind it, to become like that, because obviously if you want to succeed on YouTube, that's what you got to do.
Right.
Not that I'm still not in this community, because I love it. I'm still deep. I follow everybody as much as I can. I try to keep my kind of pulse on everything what's happening. So yeah, I knew his channel when you guys brought him. I knew who he was.
How did you know?
I somehow came to my feed. Somehow, I don't know.
How do you know, Pete?
He's got his finger on the pulse. He's got his finger on the pulse, man.
Well, he used to, when I used to watch Pete on back in the day, he was on the show, the live show called The Reseller Pulse, which was totally fitting because Pete has always had his finger on the pulse.
Yeah, that was a fun time back in the day. And I remember when we were running those shows, when we had like 100 audience come in and be part of that show, this was like mind-blowing, right? So but it's changed a lot. I mean, this whole, not only YouTube but reselling, everything changes. I mean, that's how it is, so how many channels we got now? I don't know. Thousands?
Dude, I see a new channel like every week. And not even a small channel. I'm like, oh, look, here's another reselling channel that has like 20,000 subscribers or more that I never knew about before. But I don't really watch that much reselling content these days. Pete, do you partake in reselling content a lot? Like, who are you watching?
I do. If something comes up, like an interesting title or something that really catches my attention, because something is happening, really, like not between resellers, but in reselling business, right? Some important update on eBay, something happened, something new platform came on. I definitely follow that stuff because I want to dabble in all of it. I am in reselling business. That's my business.
Right.
So how many people I watch like all the time? I pop in quite often on Kevin's videos here and there, but only his Flipper channel. Yeah, not so much the garage sale stuff. I can't watch that. I just after 3 minutes I'm out. I
not your
can't
thing.
follow. It just drives me crazy. Maybe because I'm not there myself. You know, I'd be like, oh my God, he just passed that.
Right.
Like, you know, so
you were actually one of the, like, we kind of credit Justin with doing like wearing the GoPro at garage sales and stuff. However, before Justin ever did that, Pete did it. Pete was the true first person I ever saw do it. And Pete, I remember when you did it, shoot, how many years was that, man? That was like
a decade.
When you did it, you wore like, Pete wore like the full body,
The body
what do you
cam?
call it? Yeah, the
Like
body
the chest
cam.
harness?
Yeah, the chest harness with the
Okay,
straps and
yeah.
everything. And he was like really bold about it, dude. It was
Yeah, I was bold. I mean, the first one that I did, I physically remember back in the day, Casey Neistat style, typical big tripod in a hand with a big Canon D70 camera. That's how I walked into my first garage sale.
That is wild.
And with the mic on top and everything, and it's just
how is that received?
So
by the sellers?
and the matter of fact, the one that I walked in, the garage sale that I walked in, I think there was like 20 people there shopping. When I showed up with this thing, the whole place went quiet. Everybody's looking at me, and I'm like pointing. Are you the owner? Are you the owner? Are you the owner? And finally, a lady in a corner says, "Yes. How can I help you?" And I say, "Listen, I'm doing this treasure hunt, and I'm documenting everything. Is it okay that I do this, you know, that I film myself?" And she was totally fine. But 20 minutes later, I went to the next garage the same way, and the guy was freaking chasing me down the street almost. Get out of here. What are you doing? Oh my God. Yeah,
really?
Wow.
So, and then obviously I'm like, okay, this is too much. I can't do this because it's just, first of all, you freak out other people around you. The owners. So then I just, remember the GoPro had the regular chest thing, and I put the GoPro on, and then I was, doing that. I did a few episodes like that, and that was it.
Didn't you do dumpster diving for a while too? I feel like I remember you having some dumpster diving virals.
Some of the viral videos at the beginning were dumpster diving, and I remember at the beginning talking to what's their name. They kind of dwindled down a little bit.
The podcast.
No. I'm talking
Steve
about Steve and Steph, right? The Killers.
Yeah.
The Killers, right? And they, on one podcast, we talked like later after we shut the podcast down, and just a few of us still in the room talking about it. And I remember Steve asking, like, if you would had to do something like full time, a video, what category would you stick in it? And I said, listen, the dumpster diving is definitely working for you. I would stick with that, blow it up, and it's gonna go viral every single video. Now, obviously, is it something that is gonna be loved, live for a long time? Probably not. People get bored of stuff like that eventually, but it did work for them very, very well for a few years.
I think they could have kept going too. I think they chose not to keep going. I don't think
so?
that was. I think so. I don't know. I haven't talked to Steve or Steph in quite a while, to be honest. But
I haven't talked to them. The last episode that I remember watching them, I think when Steve was selling the blue van. Remember they had that blue van?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I do know they bought it. They went and bought a Tesla like a year ago too. I know they bought a little Tesla car or something a couple of years ago. But yeah, I miss talking to them, man. They're cool people.
Yeah.
They do a lot of videos about like paleo diet and stuff like that now or something.
Oh yeah.
Like they do a lot of like health and lifestyle type vids now.
Interesting. Yeah. I really haven't followed them in a long time. So but that's what happens, right? Eventually everything kind of expires. I can't believe that people still watching my crap, to be honest with you. Like 12 years later, and somehow it's still interesting and still getting views. I guess I'm doing something right.
That's because of you, though.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, I think a couple reasons. Number one, I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you have an incredible passion for being a YouTuber. Is that true?
Very true.
Yeah.
So that's all you need right there, and people are going to watch you, and you're going to be successful.
Yeah, probably bigger passion.
Than the
I would say
reselling.
50-50, because I still absolutely love what I do, and I'm sure that comes across pretty good too, that I'm passionate about certain things that I pick up, so that helps a lot. Yeah, but I really like to dig in deep into YouTube,
because that's what you have when it comes to content creating and doing YouTube. You have to have that passion to be able to keep going and to adapt and change with the audience, because like you said, things get old, people get bored.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that passion, it's easy to burn out. It's easy to just kind of fade away. And
I was actually going to ask you, Pete, about, because earlier you said something. I was going to broach this subject with you, but then I was like, nah, that might come across as like insulting or something. But you brought it up, so. But I got that same, like, I don't watch a whole lot of reseller content, but I will put on a Craigslist hunter video, probably at least once every couple of weeks, or maybe even a little more often sometimes, depending. But you don't really make what I would say is reseller content anymore. You make general purpose type content that anybody would like to watch, which you touched on. You don't, like, you and I are not the same,
100%, right? At the beginning, I would totally mix between both of them. I would do content strictly that was me talking about eBay, what happened, what I bought, what I sold, blah, blah, blah. And then I would do the interactions in a shop. And then slowly it really developed into, just doing strictly the show. And even people now, when they come and visit the shop, they come and they say, we watch your show, right? Not that we watch a video here, a video there. No, we watch your show. And I think huge part of this is that so much more of these people are consuming this on a big screen TV.
Right.
That's a big part. That's why I switched completely from doing episodes that were 12, 15, 16 minutes long to going minimum 25 to 35 minutes window.
Wow.
Makes sense.
To give him that full, experience of at least half an hour of entertainment. So I think right now, 52 or 55% of all content on YouTube is consumed on big screen. That's huge.
I was going to say that when I look at my numbers now, about half of the people that watch Shed Flips are watching on a TV.
Yeah.
Which, that's mind blowing, especially in the reseller space, because resellers, not all, like there's some people, but most resellers, I feel like, still use their desktop computers a lot and stuff, more than the general public does. But so for us to be getting watched that much on TVs is huge. And man, I did not even think about that adapting the length of the video to that TV audience, because they don't want to have to change the channel after 10, 15 minutes.
Exactly.
They want to watch for a while.
They want to watch for a while, right? So same thing. I have the same problem that when I watch content, YouTube content on a TV, which I do a lot, meaning like I love watching like travel vlogs, people that go all over the world to weird places. If it's only an 8-10 minute video, I won't put it on.
Yep.
I want to have the full experience. If it says 20 plus minutes, yes, I'm in. If it's less than that, because I don't, it's just on TV. It's the control of YouTube overall. It's not the same as quickly you can do this either on a phone or on a laptop, right, or on a computer.
Right. Totally agree.
So, yeah.
Have you said you watch travel vlogs? Have you ever heard of that guy Mike OK? Have you heard of him before? He did a series. So. He went to Afghanistan. I think he went to North Korea once. He's a good one. I enjoy that type of content.
I watch a lot of this British guy, Bold and Bankrupt. I don't know if you've ever seen him. So he's actually I think he emigrated from Russia to England with his parents when he was like a little boy. He speaks a little bit of still language, his home language, Russian language, and he goes in and hits those republics that nobody goes into.
Wow.
Like just like, you don't want to show up there by yourself. It's just
right.
So it's very, and now he does this all over the world. He'll go to, he tries to sneak into North Korea. He does crazy shit.
That's nuts.
So yeah, that's nuts. So he's been like locked up somewhere in South America by cartel. I mean, it was just
wow.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how much of this is like, it seems that everything that he does is legit.
Right.
But then again, I don't know the guy like I know you guys. You know what I mean?
Right. Like if you see me saying something crazy, you can pretty much book, yeah, that's happened. That's what really was. But yeah, I always got to leave a little bit of room for, creative, what's the word? I can't remember the Hollywood thing. But I did want to ask you, Pete, about, we touched on, okay, like you used to do the thing like, oh, I'm buying this, I'm selling that. And then you moved to be more of a general audience show, right? Which works because you have people just coming off the street. A lot of them are your viewers and stuff, but you have talent basically walking through your door all day. Free talent, right?
Kinda. Yeah. It's harder and harder. I'll explain in a minute why, but yeah, okay.
So, and then we see the interaction, we see them walk up and, oh, I have something good for you today, Peter, or whatever. And they put the thing down and y'all go through your thing. But like in the case of, say, this, like someone that tries to scam you, which is probably going to be your best performing video, right?
For the most part, yes.
How does that go? Because we were actually talking, we have an inner circle membership thing for this podcast that people join, and then we do occasionally little short live streams just for that. And Ryan and I were talking about how you can be an intimidating dude when you want to be. So and Ryan and I both, like, we respect you a lot, and like we were both talking about how Pete can be a little scary, and I was just thinking, like, whenever someone brings that fake Rolex or whatever up to you, and they know it's fake, and they present it to you as legit, and you immediately, and I can see in your eyes, like you knew when you got the phone call it was going to be fake.
Right.
I know you already knew. How do you think that feels for them as you just totally tear them down piece brick by brick on camera, right there for the world to see? Like, how do you get permission from them to air that, or do you care, or what? Like, tell me about this.
So yeah, the big question is always about the permission thing. So I'm filming in my own place, but it is open to public, right? So I have posters throughout the shop, and even as they standing in that spot, when you guys see I'm filming, when the camera is set up and everything is, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, the camera is on a boom, the mics are on a boom right above it, everything is there. There's a cabinet with a huge poster, 20 inches by 30 inches with big letters like this. Everything is written down. We film for our YouTube channel. If you have a problem with this, please talk to any of the employees or a manager. If you don't want us to use any of this footage, let us know, blah, blah, blah. So
I didn't know that.
So it is pretty straightforward, but it's not enough that it's written down, because somebody might say, I didn't see it. Just a simple, I didn't see any signs,
Right.
So 99% of the interactions that I film, I don't tell anybody that I'm filming, but after it's done, I ask them for the permission. I tell them, hey, listen, I just shot this clip, us interacting here. It was probably 20 minutes. It's going to get chopped down to 5 minutes. Are you okay of me using this footage? And the camera is still rolling. They're on film admitting, yes, no problem, use it. Okay. Right. Now, the question when it comes to scammers is...
Yes, that's the one I was curious about.
I don't obviously tell them, because what they're going to say, no, absolutely not, right?
Right.
I just let it be. He's a scammer. What is he going to do? He just tried to scam me for 13 grand. What, he's going to go and report it that he's selling me either a fake or stolen Rolex?
Yeah, kick rocks. Yeah.
Kick rocks, basically.
He's on camera. He's on camera breaking the law, like you said.
Getting what they deserve.
Exactly. Now, so in my whole career, over 1,000 videos, I did end up removing few videos from the platform, from YouTube. And I'm being honest, and the people were honest with me. Like, the video drops, it blows up. Within a week, it gets 500,000 views. Guess what? Their friends see them, right? Like, and they get a phone call. Hey, did you see it? You were on camera. You were trying to scam this pawn shop.
Yep. And
they go, no, I wasn't. I blah, 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 blah. So they call the shop and they say, listen, I know you film. I see myself. I really wasn't trying to scam you. I had no idea. I apologize. Can I ask you, can you remove this because it's going to ruin my reputation? And when they approach me like that, I say, okay, yes, I'm potentially losing a lot of views here because it might go even bigger. But I respect that.
Right.
No problem. No question asked. I'll remove it, So I had probably that situation happen 4 or 5 times throughout the whole career.
That's not even that many.
With scammers. There were more people asking, calling in, like they agreed, they were fine with it, and then they later say, you know what, I saw myself, I look stupid, I said a couple stupid things, this and that, can you remove it? So when something like that happens, I usually just, if it's not a huge, like, long clip, I'll just go in on YouTube and I'll just clip it there.
Cut it.
I'll remove 2, 3, 5 minutes, whatever. Now, if it was a 10-minute negotiation or something, then I'll just delete the whole video, because all of a sudden, you're making such a short video out of the main video. And so, but that's how I approach it when it comes to, the scammer, like you said, kick rocks and see ya.
So how do you feel when you're in the shop and this person is in front of you and that they're trying to scam you? Do you get excited? Do you get mad? If it was, I'm going to be honest, speaking from me, if it was me, I'd be getting excited because I know I have some.
Listen, I'm so excited. My
YouTube stuff.
My fingers are tingling. I'm gotta grab a glass of water, have a little bit of water. I'm like, I need to get ready for this, because first I gotta slow play it, so I don't scare him.
Right.
And I'll let them deep themselves deeper and deeper. Yeah. And I gotta ask questions, right? In my mind, I'm thinking certain questions that I have to ask to make it interesting for the viewer.
Right.
And this is right on the spot. There's no script. There's nothing. I gotta be ready. So yeah, it's fun. I
there was one video I was watching. I think it was one of the watch ones, and it was 2 guys, and his buddy was also wearing a watch, and you go, oh, what's up with your watch? It's not ticking. And it was supposedly a Rolex, and he goes, oh, the battery's dead.
So yeah, I mean, when I can even push him farther, to dig themselves deeper into the shenanigans that they're trying to pull on me, when I feel like after at least 5 or 6 minutes of me asking stupid questions a lot of times, these people still after 5 minutes don't realize or just are so anxious to just get anything for this stuff or what, it's weird. But yeah, they're classic. Now there's another thing too. I love negotiations overall when somebody is like a character. Sometimes I will not care what they're bringing me. It might be just a very simple DeWalt drill, but if the character is interesting, and if I can play it, with him and ask him the right questions, it becomes that just the interaction. Who cares what's on a table? It's just that interaction and me asking just goofy, stupid sometimes questions, but it's fun for the audience, so it's...
So that's another thing I wanted to ask you. How do you, like, what's it look like before they walk into the shop? Do you see them coming like outside and you turn the camera on, or do you always have your camera rolling? Like, how does that work?
So way in the beginning, I would had a lot of footage and it was rolling a lot, the camera. But then I had to sit down and sift through this footage, and it was so much work. And it's just, and the cameras would die and the cards would get filled up. It got crazy. So later I figure out, okay, I'm only gonna turn on when I feel that it's something worth shooting.
Right.
And for a while I had an option that when I use the old, because I don't shoot with the older Canon 70Ds, but I used to shoot with them, and I had an option with the remote control camera on them. So people wouldn't even see. I would have had a remote, click on it, boom, the mic was always live, mic was always on. But then later I switched to different cameras, and I could also turn them on from my phone, Bluetooth connected. But it became glitchy. A couple times things went wrong. So now I physically just, even when they're standing in front of me, I'm acting like I'm talking to them, playing with the cameras, carrying a kind of stupid conversation. I click power, and I set up the camera. I have a little viewfinder there. I make sure everything is in frame, everything is good. A lot of people don't even realize. We lost Ryan for a second. There you are.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, I just see when they come in, I see if it's something interesting character. I just turn it on right there, and a lot of people don't even realize. I never tell them though. I never tell them before that I'm recording, unless it's a repeat business and they know. Then they even ask, "Hey, you want to record this? I got some cool stuff for you." Then it's a different ball game. But does
that make it difficult, like being a big celebrity like star on YouTube? Does it make it difficult to do business sometimes when people know who you are and know, like, kind of your game and how you act and how you negotiate? And sometimes I've even noticed that you give good deals, you help people out. Like how does that work? Does it make it difficult in that nature with people who know you, or is it just kind of you just play it by ear and it's not a big deal?
A little bit. Sometimes I play it by the ear, but a little bit it becomes harder because they kind of they already know the outcome, right? Because they know, okay, he pays roughly this much and this much, or if I bring him this particular product that he likes, he might pay more. So yeah, it becomes a little bit difficult. But if it's a first-time person coming in, never seen me, or we never dealt, those are the best. Because I don't tell them that I'm filming, so I get those real, true face expressions, negotiations. That's what you want. Every time that it's like the second time I'm filming with somebody, or they know for some reason that the camera is on, it's not the same. It's not real. I noticed that a lot, that they become almost actors. They're acting, they're doing this, and sometimes I won't use those clips even. I'll watch it later. I'm like, no, people will know. People will know that this was either scripted, set up, whatever. I try, and it's harder and harder because the channel has been around for a while, because so many people know now that it's hard to get those true interactions.
I don't think people have any clue that there's all that going on in your noggin while you're doing all this work, all this behind the scenes stuff in your head. Like they probably are watching, most people are watching your videos and they're thinking, boy, that's going to really make Pete mad this time. You know what I mean? Like that's really going to grind Pete's gears. You know, they don't understand that, like, no, Pete, this is what Pete was waiting for all day right here. You know?
Yeah, but there is sometimes moments that somebody out of nowhere will come in with something, or even bystander that gets into the interaction, and it just becomes wild, and it really ticks me off, and I gotta all of a sudden step up and say, whoa, wait a minute. Now those are super interesting, because now I'm also,
you're not an actor, right? You're real.
So it's I actually put out this was a video that was done probably a year ago, but we recently put out a short with it that is blowing up right now. It's a lady that steps into the interaction that is almost ripping stuff out of the guy's hand as he's putting this on a counter, and starts swearing at him and calling him an asshole and this and that, and it just becomes like a wild thing, you know. So you just never know. Now, big part of everything that is happening, kind of behind the scenes, that all my guys that work for me, that Ryan, that it's been with me forever, and kind of my right hand guy, and everybody else that works for me, they're all part of the show, right? So they know how to place themselves, they know what to do, they know what to say, they know what to step in certain moments if they have to, but that just comes from experience and us doing this for so long, you know. At the beginning, nobody knew what is it gonna become, you know. So yeah.
So when you go around town, because Ryan tells me, like, probably once every couple of days, like he'll just be going to the gas station or the grocery store or wherever around town, and he actually gets recognized from his Crazy Dreamer TikTok all the time. Like, you must, at this point, like, every time you go out, people must like call you out, huh? Every single time.
So especially like locally, when it comes to our reselling niche, when obviously a lot of resellers watch the channel too, not only, you know, regular folks. So I can't, and all these managers and people in stores like in Goodwill, Savers, they all know me. Right. So and most of these customers, they're in there when I walk in, you know, they wave from the distance, hey Pete, blah blah blah. So, but I mean, I don't think the channel is that big. I mean, 500,000 subscribers, yeah, it's okay.
It's pretty big.
But I do. Everywhere we go with my wife on any trips, yeah, people recognize me at, you know, on a plane, at the airport, in restaurants. Yeah. So
do you get asked for autographs?
I do.
Ever?
Yeah.
You do?
I do. Yeah, people, especially the people that make the trip, that they come to the shop, they want a photo, you know, they want a t-shirt. Oh, can you autograph the t-shirt? Which is very humbling. I don't mind at all.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you know, it's nice. And it did help me a few times. In certain situations, there was like, okay, let's take care of Pete Craigslist Hunter over here. Come on in.
Right.
You know, one of those things. So, but yeah. So how long is it gonna go? I don't know. The channel. It's a good question.
How long is it? I think as long as you want to keep doing it. Like, it's stronger than ever, right? Right now.
No, it's been stronger. It's been stronger.
COVID years, it was a little stronger, huh? Is that what you're?
No, COVID years was super strange. In COVID years, I even started a second channel. Do you remember I did like for experiment for 6 months before shorts were shorts, I did short form content. All the videos were between 2 to 3 minutes.
I remember that.
And I never mentioned this on my main channel, and I wanted to see how quickly I can get to 10,000 subscribers on that channel. without me blowing up this on the main channel and funneling people in. So it took about 6 months. It got to 10,000. But this was because of COVID, because I wanted to. There was nothing to talk about during the COVID for me. The shop shut down for 6 months. And now, I'm sorry, 3 months. And I had no interactions. I'm like, how am I going to get this channel rolling? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not doing anything. So I started first on a regular channel, just talking to people about my orders that are like you, packing every day, pulling orders from shelves, packing, blah, 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 talking about that. But then I figure out, oh, let me do this other channel that I talk about the actual item for about a minute or two.
I remember that.
And people like that. It was cool. But then, then we reopened and I got to my regular groove and I started doing, so. And for the longest time, when shorts really started popping, I was actually against of the shorts were the worst thing for me. I thought this can't be. This is going to be another TikTok. I don't want to. No. 15, 20, 30 seconds. I'm not doing this. About a year ago, and I did few shorts here and there. And I'm like, no, I'm not fan of this. But about a year ago, I was talking to this other creator, and he explained to me what the shorts can do to the main channel. And he says, don't worry about it. Remember, this was this moment that people didn't know if shorts should you dedicate a separate channel just for shorts, or are they killing your main channel because you used to all be in the
same? If you remember, it used to all be in the same feed, and I think that was part of the.
Right.
Everything was in the main feed, and now they're kind of taking it out.
It was ugly, and I didn't want to shoot separate shorts. And then my friend told me, listen, don't shoot separate. You don't have to. You have so much content. You can clip your own stuff. I'm like, okay, that's something to think about. And then I talked to my editor. I said, listen, Carlos, can you do this? Like, in this video, this interaction was very cool. It's 6 minutes long. Can you clip it and make it 2.5 minutes so it still flows good, if it makes sense? He did few of those for me, and they performed pretty well. But I was still learning how to actually package this so it's presentable enough that they're willing to click on a channel and go to the actual channel. And now about what, 6 months ago or maybe a year ago, YouTube gave you that option that you can link the actual video to it. That was a game changer. And that opened up my eyes, like, oh my gosh, now they love this interaction. Now they quickly clicking and they're going to see that video. And that was a game changer. So now I'm really concentrating on putting up more shorts, and we try to put out at least a couple a week. So I'm in this transition now of doing a lot more shorts.
So that works then, huh? That little link at the bottom.
Huge.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
I just wrote it down.
All right.
Huge. Sending that audience directly to that video. And as soon as they watch that video, they go down the rabbit hole, they subscribe, because it's so hard for them to get these people on shorts, especially on YouTube, to subscribe to your channel, right? Because it's just that motion, right? They watched it, they enjoyed it, but it's just that motion. They're flicking next one. An hour later, they don't even remember.
But that's how I do it. When I watch shorts, I hardly ever subscribe to anybody through shorts. I just watch the next one.
Right. And then an hour and a half went by and you go, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
And you don't remember anything. You don't remember what you watch. But if you get them to go into the channel, actually watch the long content, then become a subscriber. And now they say the subscribers don't matter these days, right? Like it's views, subscribers don't matter. No, they do matter. If you're running a bigger overall business, it does matter. So
just from a credibility aspect, like if I see a short that I like, and I see that they have, like, if I saw like Pete, if I watched one of your shorts and I didn't know anything about you, and I'm like, okay, what's up with this guy? And I go look at your profile and I see you got 500,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy's everybody likes this guy. This guy's legit. he must.
Social cred.
Whereas if I go and look at your profile and you've got 1,580 subscribers, I might be, oh, this guy might be legit. He's up and coming. He might have got lucky. He's not really a known thing. I don't know. Like, it's two different. Like, as soon as I see somebody has over 100,000 subs, I'm going to pay a little more attention, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes it's a little bit deceiving too on shorts, because some of these channels will pump out so many shorts, and every 20 or 50 or every 100 they will hit a one that it goes mega viral, right? So that drives the views and pumps and brings people to the channel. And when you get a video that goes 50 million views viral, you guaranteed to get quite a few subscribers from that, no matter what.
Sure.
So it's a little tricky. It's a balance. But I tell you one big thing that I notice, that a lot of people say, I don't want to play with the shorts game, not big money in there, because it's one big pool and it's hard to generate unless you're getting millions of views on every single video. You're not making a whole lot. I mean, that's the truth. But what people don't talk about, that if I get that 1 million view video on shorts, that will bring at least 10% of these people that watch that short into my main channel. And now that 10% watch that long form, that's where the money is.
Right.
So if I can keep funneling them, so all of a sudden that short, 2-minute short, made me actually shed a lot of money. When you think it like that. So I think a lot of people, so if you can have long and short together and you can funnel this, that's amazing. If you're just doing shorts, it's harder, obviously, so
it took Ryan a long time to convince me, because I was anti-shorts too, like you, Pete. And it took him a while to convince me that shorts were worthwhile, and then finally I was like, finally it got through to me, like the goal of shorts isn't you don't look at a short and say, oh, well, that made me $3.26. Like, that's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is what it does. Like any view, any exposure, whatever you can do to get more eyeballs on you long term is going to help everything you do.
Exactly.
And that's the mindset I have now.
That's
more
social
views
media
is always
for you.
good.
Yeah, that's social media for you. So some platforms you might have to create a little bit different for some of them, but in general, I got too much going on to also do shorts on. I had a TikTok. I walked away from it. I kind of trying to concentrate strictly on YouTube. I did some shorts for the Facebook too, little bit of Instagram. I just
are
don't
you
have
monetized?
time.
Are you monetized on Facebook, Pete?
No, I'm not.
Pete, you got to get monetized on Facebook. We might need to talk later. It's pretty good. It's
that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I know you. Time is a big thing for you, and you don't edit your own videos, your own stuff anymore. All of your editing is done by
I don't. I have an editor now.
Wow,
Carlos
must be so nice.
Yeah, because listen, it gave me a lot of time back far as doing other stuff. I not only do YouTube, I run real legit big business that I need to attend to. Then I got also a couple other side hustles that I do. I'm big into real estate and stuff too. So I'm busy. I like so edit, and you guys know how much editing takes if you want to produce semi-decent content. Now I got better over the years, and I was able to okay, these are the clips we shot. I know 90% of them are good. All I got to do is play with them a little bit, set them up correctly, and but back in the day, it used to take me 4 to 5 hours to edit a video. I had a lot of footage, trim it to 15 minutes, and then get it nicely packaged. I was able to get that down to 2.5 hours, maybe, for then later 20-25 minute video. I got better at it. Obviously, we all do as we do more and more stuff. But eventually, I'm like, you know what? No, it's just time to let it go. The hardest part was trying to keep the same style that I was doing and pass it on. And I was able to do that with my editor, with Carlos, and
he's good. I didn't know that you weren't editing your own stuff. I thought you might not be, but I wasn't sure. That's how good he is.
So, but then he implemented a few of his own things that were like, oh my gosh, this is so much better the way you're doing it than I was doing it. So it worked out. And he shoots a lot of footage too in the shop. So he used to be very part-time for me in a shop. He would come in just on a scheduled days that I would bring him in, and he would shoot what we call, obviously in a business, a B-roll, certain things, right, that we would need in between the fillers and stuff. Now he's almost more full-time. Meaning that he's spending at least 25 to 30 hours in the shop on the set, ready to go at any time to do anything. But it's also became so good that he wanted to learn a little bit of my business. So he became a cameraman and an editor, but also employee of the shop, that if I need him to be used as an employee, hey, go do this negotiation or go do this, or
that's valuable.
So it's super valuable for me both ways. He's not only can attend to the customers, but he can quickly pick up the camera and become a cameraman.
Okay. When John, when John, John and I reconnected recently, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
And
about freaking time.
Yeah, no kidding. I agree. And he told me, because at first he talked about the Reseller Rally, which we're doing again in September.
Super exciting.
Me too. I'm really excited about it. And he told me, he said, yeah, Pete's even bringing a cameraman. So Carlos, your editor and employee and camera, he's coming to the Reseller Rally with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's going to film the whole thing, the 2 days.
Okay.
The party before, the first event on Friday, right? And then second part. And the way we already talked, he's going to try to stay kind of behind the scenes, meaning that he's going to film it, but not be in your face as much. If he can do that, we'll see how that happens.
Okay.
I'm not going to be walking around mic'd up or anything like that. We'll see. I don't know. We're still playing out the details.
We're planning on doing an episode of this show where Ryan and I are mic'd up and mingling in the crowd. I don't know how long it's going to be for, unless the rules, prevent that from happening.
I think the problem with being mic'd up is when I could be mic'd up unless that mic is that good, they can pick up the conversation with the other person. If you can't mic them up really quick, I'm all about having quality like audio and video. So I don't know if we would just be better off with the point and shoot gun mic that it's shooting just at 2 people there, that might be a better option. That's how I do it in the shop, and audio comes out spectacular.
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah.
What I was thinking about doing, because we both have these little DJI mics. I was thinking about just like 3D, just having like a microphone holder to where it looks like you're wearing, like a regular old broadcast mic. Then you mount this in it, and then you use that as a mic. And then Ryan could have one, I could have one. We're working the crowd, and then we can use it like, a mic that you put in somebody's face that they talk into as we. Both mics are going back to the camera, so we could potentially have. It's not as clean as what you're talking about, but I think it might work in a noisy environment pretty well.
Yeah, it could. I mean, these little DJI mics, I use them too. They're great.
Oh, they're awesome.
I love them.
I love them.
So, yeah. See, I thought we were going to talk about all kinds of shit. We've been on for 50 minutes talking about YouTube.
Actually, I did want to bring up another video of yours and this is eBay related. So we can swing it back to eBay. I don't know, Lonnie, if you saw this video. but I was amazed. So you had this guy who ordered a pair of pliers from you. Do you remember this? This was actually, it was a pretty recent video. And he opened a return request, sent it back to you, and you received a empty package. Right. Then you did some research. I'm assuming you looked up his name and found out that he owned a business in wherever this was.
Oh, wow.
And you looked up the business's phone number, called them on camera, and confronted him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't see that.
That was
diabolical.
And I thought it was going to be really fun for people to watch, even those who have nothing to do with eBay, right? They don't buy, they don't sell, but it would be like super interesting for people to see what's going to happen, especially when you make that wild phone call to them. They have no idea what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good video. I liked that myself, So
whatever happened with that? Did he ever call you back or no?
Of course, never called me back.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure he played it. It almost made it sound at one moment that I'm like, oh, maybe this guy is not trying to pull anything off.
He was a little bit convincing for a minute. Yeah.
For a minute. But then if I never receive a phone call back for him, anybody who would do that would try to either repair their reputation or just a simple phone call, something. Never heard from him. Yeah.
But I liked, because I could see that you were, you realized that, okay, if I hang this phone up, this is over. So I got to keep this going. Because he kept trying to tell you, oh, it was this employee that I have that did the return request or whatever. And he's not here right now. Let me call you back. And you're like, no. And you stayed on the phone with him to get that interaction for the video. So
yeah,
that was good.
So Pete, I have not seen this video. I need to go watch it. It was an empty. He sent you back like an empty box or something as a return. Is that what happened?
Just empty envelope, nothing in it, completely empty.
So when you got that, were you immediately happy or sad? I'm assuming happy, but I'm not
sure. I see this, I open up, and I'm like, okay, this is 100,000 views.
Yes.
Right.
So
look, 100,000 views are in here. It wasn't empty after all.
So as a YouTuber, you take totally different, right?
Yep.
Like anything that might be entertaining for people. You try to incorporate, and I think about that all the time. But it's, to be very honest with you guys, it's harder and harder for me to do some of these videos because of what the channel become. And it's harder. People, like I said earlier, they know, okay, they want to be on a video. People that want to be on a video are usually never interested.
Right.
Like they will call and they will in advance. I got this, and this. I'm going to send you pictures. Can I bring it in? You can put it even. They say you can put it even on your video. Like they want to be on a video, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's just like either crap I don't want, or they're not an interesting character. So it's hard, because I rather have those interactions that I never seen anybody, I never talked to them. It's a first time deal. Those are the interesting ones. But
it's so weird, man, because like you're simultaneously trying to make money in your business, buy or sell something from these people. And also at this simultaneously, there is casting going on for your next video. And they don't even know it.
Yeah, it's hard. And obviously, running a real business, well, I say real. I mean, shit, YouTube is a real business too. Like 100%. Like you got to put in the hours that you put in. That's what you're going to get out of it. And you got to think about it. And, yes, it got a little bit easier for me because, I got the cameraman and the editor, blah, blah, blah. But, and here's the problem too. Which one, after a while, you take care of more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of these business cannot exist one without another.
Right.
I got to have the shop. to have the show. Okay. But show, if I don't have the show, doesn't bring me that flow of people, because it does generate a lot of people coming into the shop. And some people are even laughing now. I don't know if you guys seen the video that I dropped the other day. I did a bunch of like rearranging in a shop that looks completely different now when you walk in. And I mainly did that because I overheard people talking when they come in, and a lot of them are viewers that come in to visit the shop, that, because you don't see a lot of the stuff in the shop. You only see the counter 90% of the time when I do the negotiation. And the rest of the shop wasn't that attractive in certain areas. So I'm like, you know what? So much more people are coming in as viewers, and they're just fans. They want to see the shop. I got to make it more presentable. So that's what I did. I kind of made the main room, the first room, to give you a better impression as you walk in. So it's like I constantly got to think about this now. Like I said, one cannot exist without the other. So I wouldn't be where I am without this YouTube channel.
Isn't that interesting though? Because I've always felt the same way. It's like, I think I might even be worse than you. Like, I have to sell on eBay. We have to sell on eBay to do YouTube and
to keep that rolling, huh?
We have to. I don't know at what level we have to. Like, what if we want to like quit, like scale back? Like, how much could we scale back and still do enough to make YouTube viable? I don't know, but
I mean, listen, both businesses make good money for me. Now, when I said earlier, when you start paying attention to one more than the other, well, you always try to pay attention to the one that's starting to make more money.
Right.
But it's hard because you can't neglect the other one, because if you do, it became like one giant ball now that I got to attend to at all times. But it's fun, man. I love it. Every aspect of it, So I am planning to retire in 3.5 years.
From everything.
Wow.
Completely. From the shop and Craigslist Hunter, not from YouTube. I got other plans. I'm going to do other things.
Interesting.
Are you talking about that yet? Or are you going to hold off on talking about that for closer to when it happens?
Probably a little bit closer when it happens, but that's, I'm getting up there. I'm 56 now,
I can't even imagine a world where you aren't just standing behind that counter at the trading post.
My wife tells me I'll never retire, but I am, because I want to do different things with her. We want to do things. I want to travel the world. I got places to see. I don't have much time left, man. And time is precious.
Y'all travel a lot, though. Y'all travel a bunch.
I do, but I want more. I want to see the world. There's so much beautiful places to see and so many great people to interact with. And when am I going to do this? When I'm 80? When I can't move? Even if I make it to 80?
I'm with you, but from a selfish perspective, I can't that's so sad. That's so sad to think that you're going to quit. I mean, we're all going to quit and die and all kind of stuff one day, right? Like, I get that, but just thinking about an actual, the video where, thanks guys, it's over. Thanks Pete, it's over. Thanks Pete, it's guys.
So it's not going to be like that.
That's sad, man.
I don't think it's going to be like that.
What? Okay, well, make me feel better about it.
You want to make a really sad face for your thumbnail?
No, yes, we could use it. Really, go ahead.
Should I go like this?
You can't do it, Ryan. We have to look kind of astonished.
You guys are like this, and I'm like this.
Okay.
All right.
Timestamp.
So, have you announced? Have you mentioned that publicly that you're thinking about?
First time.
Okay. All right,
this is it. We're gonna break it right here.
Breaking news.
So, are you gonna sell the YouTube channel?
Huh?
Are you gonna sell the YouTube
what?
channel?
I had an offer.
Really?
Really?
I did had an offer a year ago, And I'm like, but guys, explain this to me. How is this gonna move forward when I'm not here?
You are the channel.
Right.
This has happened before with big channels where somebody comes in and buys it, and then they hire other talent to run it.
It'll never work.
It never works.
No.
So I was like, should I take the money and run? But it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Can you? I hate to ask you, how much was it, Pete? You can just say, I don't want to tell you if you want or whatever, but how much was it? Did you say is not enough?
It wasn't 7 figures, so it wasn't enough.
Okay. But it was more than 6.
Yeah.
What do you know? It would be like a really great deal for somebody is if they bought the trading post and the YouTube channel all part and parcel and hired your editor, and they just like turnkey Craigslist Hunter Wish version just overnight.
The whole thing will be available in about 3.5 years.
Well, there you go.
Package deal.
Package deal.
Wow.
Man. Or separate, but I kind of not see it separate. You got to buy the whole deal.
Exactly.
What about the cat and the parrot and the bird?
If they live long enough, the parrot will live definitely long enough. So
the parrot's going to outlive you, probably, right?
Yeah, definitely. She's over 50 now, and they live 80 to 100. Shit. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Animals are a big part of what you do too.
They do. A lot of people love animals. I realized that really, really quickly, way at the beginning, that there's so many animal lovers, cats, dogs, birds, all, so I implemented them almost immediately.
You say that, and we all see, as viewers, we all see people that bring their animals into their videos and stuff, and they're like, oh, look, that's nice, and then they're like, oh, but we get it, they're probably just playing off the animal to help their video or help their channel or whatever. But it's very clear when people watch you with your animals,
you love
the trading post, that
I love them to that.
Yeah,
that you like, it's real, you love them, you love having them with you all day, like, and they live there, right? They all just live at the trading post.
They live there because I have a zoo at home too, so I can't. Yeah.
How many animals do you have?
I got 2 more cats at home. They big Maine Coons. I love them.
Maine Coons?
Oh, Maine Coons,
big cats.
Wow. Those are huge.
Huge, yeah. One is like almost 25 pounds. The other one is 20. They're big cats.
Awesome.
They're long, big, tall cats too, huh? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew this. Do you ever post these cats? Or maybe I don't pay attention. Have you ever posted them anywhere?
There is a couple videos that I shot, like intros, and it was part of some kind of me doing something that I shot some video at home, and they were both at home, and I was showing them off, but not much.
What are their names, Pete?
Well, there is Remy is the black one. The 25-pound cat is Remy, and the other one is Louie. Two different personalities.
Man, I've been a cat guy my entire life, and then we do have a dog now, but I'm still a cat guy, and I still have a cat that I'm really attached to.
Is Pippin still ticking?
Oh, Pippin's still ticking, and Pippin's had about $10,000 worth of eye surgeries, and he can see good and everything. And no, Pippin's doing great. Love that dog too. But I also love cats. I've always been a cat person, and I always like that about you, Pete, because I watch you and I'm like, most dudes want to be this macho thing, and they're like, "Ooh, I hate cats. I love dogs," or whatever. But this is a man that ain't afraid to tell the world, I love cats, because I love cats too.
I love him, man.
I do too.
And so I got to ask this. This is a weird question, Pete. I'm sorry, but I got to ask, because this is something else weird about me. I like cats, and you know what else I like? Pete, are you a shower or a bath guy?
Oh, boy. Before you answer that, what do you think Lonnie is?
He knows. Pete watches everything. He knows everything.
Oh, you love bathtubs.
Oh, I love baths, man. I love the bath.
Let me give you answer here really quick. I don't have a bathtub in my house.
Oh man. Yeah,
I
shower.
I don't. I got 3 showers.
I've been taking a few notes over here and doodling a little bit too. And I was about to jot down does not like baths. And I'm thinking like, what am I going to do with this information later that I need it for? I'm like, don't write this, Lonnie.
So, I have a couple questions for you guys.
Uh-oh.
So, when you, Ryan, started your first channel on YouTube, and this is years back too now, right? Was the Dreamers channel first venture?
No, Thrift Mine was.
Thrift Mine was first, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What happened there that you decided, okay, Thrift Mine is doing good. I'm getting good exposure. I'm raking up some views. Were you not happy doing that content that you created the second channel? What happened there? I always wonder about that because your channel for a while was on fire.
Yeah. I kind of quit when I was at the top. No, it was a few things. Number one, we had a son, so that changed the dynamics of a lot of things, right? As far as like time, because going to garage sales and stuff and reselling, devoting time to reselling along with doing the YouTube, as you know, very time consuming, especially when you have a newborn, right? So which we continued doing for a while. But then on top of that, we were doing the garage sale content, and we were kind of stressed out from being parents and trying to do this YouTube thing and the garage sale thing. And then on top of that, we had some negative interactions at garage sales. We had one guy in particular harassed us really bad, was yelling and screaming at us just filming. He didn't like that we were filming for whatever reason. It was another garage sale shopper. It stressed me out, stressed my wife out really bad. We had our son with us. And from there on out, it kind of was just over for us, mentally, because it was just we need to keep our family safe first. This is getting too crazy. It was a little bit scary, obviously.
Yeah, and it's totally different, right? Now you have a family, you have a son. It's a different ball game. So
Exactly. And I think because of that, I kind of fell out of love in making that content because that happened. I wish I still could make that content sometimes, but it's not to say that I won't again someday, but right now,
I always worried when I shot few, these garage sales videos.
Yeah.
That eventually it might backfire and something might happen and people might go after you or whatever. It just doesn't take much in this world that we live in now. You just never know. And yeah, I know garage sale, they open up to the public. It is public thing. But you are on their property. You are in their garage. You never know, and then what was my always biggest fear? I would be in that garage filming something there. I'm not even in the house. I'm just in that garage. And then something happens to these people at their home. Oh, that was my biggest. And then it's this guy was scoping our house or doing something.
Yeah.
Pete, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me when I was filming at an estate sale one time. And that estate sale, I was filming on maybe a Saturday or something like that. And that estate sale got broken into that night. And there was a post made about me. And there was a picture of me on the post on Facebook.
Oh, man.
Big picture of me wearing a camera.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then a bunch of people under there. Yeah, that creep. I always see that creep at the sales and blah. All these people shitting on me, man.
Oh, man.
And it was terrible reading the way people were talking about me. And then I had one not too long after that. I had an estate sale runner follow me. I made a purchase. She followed me out to my car, and she started filming me. and I was said, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" She would not respond to me. She just kept filming me. She walked around to the back, started filming my license plate, like zooming in.
Ugh.
And I said, "Look, I don't know what you think I am, but I'm not." I think because they had mentioned in the Facebook post, I said, "I am not I was not like casing the joint for somebody to rob it. I had nothing to do with any of that. I know, like, if you don't want me to wear the camera in your estate sale, I won't." And she never said a freaking word.
Yeah.
And after that is when I quit filming at
Yep.
sales. It got weird.
Okay, so then you kind of stop that, Ryan, and then you push on Dreamer's channel a lot more, right?
Yep.
And then what happens
on the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
I didn't really find much success there.
Okay.
On the Crazy Dreamers channel. I did some lifestyle videos. We went to England. I did an England video. That one actually did pretty well, but I mean, you can't make a travel video every day, you know? And then
you can eventually.
Well, yeah, right. Someday.
Pete's like, watch. Pete says, "Watch me."
Bet. Hold my beer. And yeah, no, there was a period there for probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 years where I was I legitimately was lost, because I'm like you. I have a passion for creating, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do with myself, and it took me 2 or 3 years to figure it out. And I think I figured it out, but I mean, who knows what'll happen? But things are going well right now with the short form stuff, both on Facebook and TikTok.
Okay.
And it's been fun. So yeah.
Were you worried about when the shit was happening with TikTok? Like, they didn't know if
the ban?
No,
because TikTok's way too big. There's way too much money involved. There's no way it's going to get banned.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I had the same thing. But it was funny too when they didn't they ban it for like 2 or 3 days?
Mm-hmm. They banned it for a day before Trump took office, I believe.
Yeah, it was the day before he got inaugurated, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then he put it back or something.
He put it back, and I think right after that, and I think I deleted my TikTok app. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna need this anymore, right? And I deleted it. And then there's something happened that you couldn't for the first week or something download actually the app. People that had the app, it would still work, but they were not allowing to download on new phones, downloads. And people were selling iPhones for $2,000 with the apps on it.
No kidding.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I remember back in the I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh no! I just remember this same thing happened with that app Flappy Birds. I don't know if you remember that game.
Oh yeah.
And they took it off, and then people were selling the friggin' phones with Flappy Birds already installed on it for like $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
But I interrupted you. Sorry.
So no, it's okay. Now the question for you, Lonnie.
Oh my goodness.
Same thing. We're gonna stay, I guess, on topic of YouTube.
Okay.
Hope everybody kind of enjoys it, because we haven't talked about anything else really. So I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about it as well.
We don't restrict ourselves to reselling talk here. We don't.
Mm-mm.
Good.
No.
I always wondered, right, that switcheroo that you did from garage flips to shed flips, the whole thing that happened,
mm-hmm.
and then you decided to do your thing with the camp world and trailer and everything.
I hate these questions.
Yeah. So
I hate this question.
But originally, your channel is doing well, you're getting good traction. What makes you make the decision? Because you changed the name to Shed Flip? I still don't know what happened there.
Okay. And the reason I don't like this question is because it's so painful for me. Because it truly, I have a lot of regret for doing that. Because it started out garage flips, as you know, because you were the reason that the channel blew up initially, and then later on. First of all, Pete, before I answer this question, I want to thank you again for helping me so much, especially early on, because early on in the incubator stage, you don't if you don't get a response, if nobody's watching, there's only so long you're going to do something before you quit. Yeah. So you recommended people come watch me when I had like 30 subs or whatever it was. That ensured that I wouldn't quit. So thank you very much for doing that.
My pleasure.
Did it again. You did it again later, and it's had a huge impact on my life and my family's life and our finances and all that stuff. So I don't know if you know how big of an impact it has, and I'll never forget it. So thank you very much for doing it.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure.
So and it's still so random that you even knew that channel existed at that point. Just like you knew, of course, you know, Hot Lunch Reselling exists. Of course, that dude's got a flamethrower of a channel compared to some of the other channels you found.
But, you know, there's so many channels out there that literally have, you know, 300, 400, 500 subscribers. And for some reason, maybe because there's so much of that stuff in my algorithm that they keep throwing, and I'll click on some of them to check it out. And some of them are like, okay, 3 minutes of this, not worth it. I'm not gonna even spend any time. Yep. But once in a while, somebody pops up and you go, interesting, or let me watch another one, or let's see how many videos they produced so far, what else they got to offer. Because the biggest thing I think is a lot of people jump into this, and I tell everybody now, don't jump in unless you have at least a 20 video in your bucket that you can put it out there, because only it takes one really to catch. But if it catches, they're going into that mode, a rabbit hole that they're watching everything. And if you got nothing, you got nothing, you know. But anyway, going back.
Yeah, I'm going to answer your question. Don't worry, even though I don't like it. But let me tell you another thing, Pete. I'll advertise our show a little bit too. Our guest next week, you're going to like, and you probably we've got a new like we want to have guys like Craigslist Hunter on, because that helps us.
Right,
you're helping us right now. You know, we're not bringing this whole slew of new viewers to Craigslist Hunter. We understand that, and you're doing this for us.
I can't wait to ask off air if you know this person.
Right, I agree.
Okay.
But yeah, so one of the main purposes of this is, you know, I got my start on Reseller YouTube because of you and your generosity of shouting me out. And Ryan's has had similar things, and we both have like a giving spirit in our hearts right now, and we want to help people.
Well, Lonnie shouted me out early on, so it's kind of like a full circle moment here, and now we're working together on this podcast and trying to do the same and give back more. So,
and that's one of the reasons we're here is like we want to help some of these underexposed channels give light of day to them to help them out. That's why we're here, literally.
That's awesome. And I don't know if you notice, I'm kind of doing the same thing on every single episode. People send me postcards, and I giving them a shout out to their, eBay stores. Now, how much impact that has, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. The also problem is sometimes I will get a postcard. I go into the store and they got 4 items.
Right.
Do I want to give that store a shout out? Probably not. So it's tricky. But if I get a postcard and I see that the store has been around for 5-6 years, they're trying, they got a couple hundred items, they're doing things, they're having sales, absolutely, I'm giving them a shout out. And I got myself a little bit, I think, maybe in trouble with this because I got this many postcards already. I'm doing only a couple videos a week, so it's going to take forever. But it's a great engagement, right? People are sending that in. I'm giving them a shout out. They're coming back to watch. So it's a full circle.
And you don't know, Pete, you may, like I said, you changed my life. You never know when one of these little shout outs might change somebody's life. You just don't know.
Right.
So I think it's awesome. But to go back and answer your question, the reason I did it is because I was doing the regular we sold this. We're we're packing this up and bought this stuff. The regular reseller kind of content. Then we started doing the videos at garage sales and estate sales, and those did way, way, way better. They would get anywhere from typically, I would say my average one of those would be like maybe 30,000 views, sometimes more, depending if you hit a hot one. The average regular vlog style video would be more like 10 to 15. And I was like, man, it seems like these people come here, and I hit a viral with one of them, got 1 million views with the, garage sale videos. And, in my brain, I was thinking, okay, all these, and I was getting all these subs, right? And all these people are coming here to watch me buy stuff at garage sales and interact with people at garage sales. That's why they're coming here. And they come here to the channel and, oh, look, I sold this thing for this widget for $10 or whatever. They're not here for that. So in my head, I'm thinking, I will make Garage Flips a new channel. Wait, let me make sure. I will make a new channel just for the shed stuff, and I called it Shed Flips. And then I was going to just do the garage sale content on garage flips moving forward. And as soon as I did that, and then I think it would have worked, but I found that I couldn't manage 2 channels that well, to be honest. And I wasn't, and then eventually I quit filming at garage sales and estate sales. And next thing I know, Garage Flips is completely dead because I haven't touched it. And it's got like 80,000 something subs or whatever the heck it was. And then I've got this new channel, Shed Flips. It's got like 10,000 subs. And that's where I'm uploading all my content to. And now, because I'm not doing that's why this question is always so painful. And because the short answer is, it was a huge effing mistake. I should have never done it. I should have been happy with what I had. And
just mix it up, leave everything on the one channel.
Yeah. I should have kept going on Garage Flips, and I would have a play button right now already. And I don't know. It was a big, big friggin' mistake. I took something that was working great and I tried to fix it.
Yeah. It's interesting how not only the algorithm works and feeds certain content to certain people because it learns what your people like.
Yep.
But I was playing a little bit with my content here and there over the years, plugging in like a different video that it wasn't very related. Maybe 10% was related of what I do, but it was, like totally almost something else. And people wouldn't watch. But I'm seeing, so standard video, I'll get 50,000 views. Something stupid that I drop will get 10,000, 15,000 views because, there's no negotiation. But I'm noticing some channels now that they're mixing things up. And for some of them, it's working. Different topics, even like, and it's tricky. It has to be maybe slightly related,
right,
somehow. Right. But you can, if you do this, you can bring different audience into your channel, and it can mingle with this audience, and slowly I think you can grow 2 or 3 things in one channel now. Because when some of the huge creators, sometimes when I watch them, yes, their videos, or even we can even talk about the biggest one, which is MrBeast, which I don't like his content at all, but he's super creative. But when you think about it, almost every video is about something else, right? It's still explosive. It's still very entertaining. But today he's buying an island. Tomorrow he's sticking you in some stupid bucket, this and this. So yes, but every one of them is really different. Today we're going to go explore this most expensive yacht, we're going to fly on this plane. Like, you can kind of
But
expect.
It's still like central around doing something insane and involving him. Like the channel's about him and he's doing something crazy, but it's
it used
something
to,
different every time.
It did used to be, if y'all remember, like maybe 5+ years ago, it did always used to revolve around someone getting a big chunk of money or
Right.
a car or something. It used to be only that, or he would go on like live streams on Twitch or whatever, and people were gaming and he'd like give them a bunch of money during their game or whatever. But he did definitely switch up because like, if y'all remember last year, maybe 2 years ago, he did that water well video.
Yep.
Where they were putting water wells in everywhere. And then he also, like, he's gotten way more philanthropic, which I guess is easy when you're making that kind of money, but still, like, he did the one where he got a bunch of people to have their vision restored with eye surgeries. Y'all remember that one?
That he got a lot of flack for it or something. I remember there was like people were saying stupid shit. I'm like, come on, this guy's trying to help people.
Is he helping himself? Yes.
Of course.
What does it matter? Like,
does it matter? Yeah, exactly.
if I'm one of the people that got one of those eye surgeries, I'm just happy I can see. I don't care, you know.
So that's exactly what I'm talking about. That you can still like, you can mix them up, you know, little bit and grow the channel that way, that you can bring a little bit of something different, slightly related, but not 100%. Like if I would go right now, for example, fly into Italy because I'm going to shop for this particular antique piece that I've been dreaming about, that I know where it is, and I make a 3-part series out of it and make 3 videos out of it, my audience will eat this up. They will maybe not as big as the interaction, but it's similar, right? I could bring still like excitement to it, unknown kind of thing, you know. So that's what I'm saying. You can kind of mix it up a little bit, you know. And then
what you've kind of got in your head about for your retirement years, is that what you're thinking about right now? It sounds kind of like what you're talking about.
Yeah, slowly something building up towards that, you know. So
makes sense.
So I can carry. So I will not abandon completely the channel, maybe, you know what I mean, and start something new. It's just transition. And I noticed, I don't know if you guys follow, you know, Alex, the Canadian guy who used to have a shop, Curiosity Inc.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know,
I haven't watched him forever, but yeah, I know you're talking
about.
Still
Produces pretty successful content. When he does a live, couple thousand people still show up and watch him. He doesn't have a shop now for 2 years, and he just, you know, he'll buy a few things at the auction. He'll buy a storage unit. He just does interesting stuff, and people are still watching, you know.
Maybe so they don't have their store anymore. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sold that shop a couple of years back, and he was kind of I almost felt like he's gonna completely like pull out, but he said immediately, listen guys, opportunity came along, good offer, I sold the business. That doesn't mean I'm completely getting out of the business, you know. So, and he kept going. 2 years later, his channel is still growing, he's still getting views. So yeah,
that's a big channel too, huh? I don't even know how many subs he has. Does he
have
more than you?
About the same, maybe a little bit more. He was always bigger. He was always bigger for the longest time. And after he sold the shop, it did slow down a little bit, you know, but yeah.
I remember 4 or 5 years ago, he had a video that was like exploding. I forget what he
was. Kind of hoarder house or something.
It was a collection of something, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, he had few those big hoarder homes that, and then he renovated the house. He bought the house, got the stuff out, renovated the house.
That's what it was. That house. Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's this YouTube world is definitely a little crazy. You know?
It is.
There's also, I wanted to ask you about, since you've been around so long, have you noticed Lindy Glenn and Rockstar Flipper? Rockstar Flipper just made a video last week where he's leaving. Yeah, what do you think about that? Yeah, give us a little bit.
So I don't think I ever actually talked to Casey.
Really?
I don't think I ever talked to him. Maybe in comments here and there. Like I responded maybe on his video and vice versa. He maybe commented on one of my videos or something like that. Or in some kind of chat on a live show, something like that. But we never physically actually talked about. I think, and remember, both of Lindy and him, they've been creators for a long time. They've been around the block.
He was the first one I watched. He was the first reseller I ever saw, and I think Ryan's too.
Me too.
Before I even saw you, he was the first one I watched. He had that car, and I saw that door open, like it does on his car, and I was like, "Wow, look at this guy! It's awesome."
Yeah, I remember his first few videos that he was talking about Game Boy games, sitting at his desk, talking about flipping video games. That was one of the first ones that I saw. But he had a good understanding overall of YouTube for a while, but that was 10 years ago.
Right.
And it's very hard to create in this small niche this content, meaning you can talk only about so much stuff if you're not at least buying all kinds of stuff. Like you, for example, on every video you have something different that you're showing, right? There's so much stuff that you're selling, and he was very niche down, right? For a while he was just
all clothes,
dealing with a lot of clothing, so it was very hard to break out of that. And far as like talking about how you sell, what label you use, how many videos you can make about that? Very limited, right? Eventually it's just like, and then there's already another 1,000 creators who talk about the same thing. So I think he's overall pretty smart, like a reseller, and I think overall very good guy. I just overall don't understand that he's kind of going after this low-hanging fruit right now. This commentary thing, it was never my cup of tea. I don't like those, but it's just kind of reaction videos. I don't know. I just that's exactly what Lindy Glenn is doing too, right? Exactly same kind of thing.
Except a little different though. She's killing it.
Well, yeah, but she's a hot woman. I'm sorry.
I don't want. She is.
And I'm sure that's a big part of it. So it's a lot easier, and her reactions, her expressions on her face, and everything that she does is entertaining. For Casey, I don't know how that's going to play out.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. I do. I was a little sad. I don't even watch them that often, but I would dip into some of his videos every now and then, because he just like everyone else, he knows the drama sells, and it seems like about once a year, Rockstar would get mixed up in some dramatic thing with somebody somewhere, and then he'd have a series of videos about it, and I would get hooked into it a little bit. Everybody kind of likes to watch that. But as far as reselling stuff goes, I quit watching his reselling content a long time ago.
Yeah. And once in a while he would have like a breaking news thing, that something happened and interesting title. Yeah. So, I would click on it to see what's up, but yeah, this is a strange beast, this is not easy game. And I think it actually is it's harder, definitely harder than it was.
No doubt.
I was asked that not too long ago if I felt like it was harder, it was harder to start. It would be harder to start today than when I first started. And I said 100%. I don't think I could get started today. I think it is way harder to stand out.
Although, what's kind of blowing up now and within last year, and I think it's huge, and it's actually, so it looks easy, but you got to have really quite a bit of talent to pull this off. It's just these people that come on, there's hardly any editing, and they can talk for half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour, sharing their information, a story, whatever they're sharing. and it's very relatable because it's just a regular person. There's no special, effects. There's nothing wild. There might be just walking in the park or sitting on a bench somewhere or in front of their barn, and they're just sharing their knowledge. It's huge. Some of these guys or girls are getting, 300, 400, 500,000 views
Wow.
a video, and you go, oh my God. But they're just likable. There's hardly any editing, and if it is, it's very minimal, because maybe they'll talk for 10, 15 minutes about this one particular thing, cut, then they talk again for another 10, 15, maybe another cut, a few cuts in 40 minutes. Or some of them are so talented that I can't talk nonstop like that. Like I can maybe talk, for 2, 3, 5 minutes, but talk for half an hour and
I could do that.
Keep the conversation.
Pete, I could do that.
Like,
If you can do that, listen, it's I think it's a magic thing right now. If you can keep that.
Interesting. Is it usually like storytelling sort of things that?
Either storytelling or just sharing their experience of life, or something happened, or they know a lot about it that they can just talk and talk because they got so much knowledge in that particular niche.
That's definitely a strength that like Lonnie's right. He definitely has that.
The videos I'm thinking about, Pete, I don't know if I'm on the same track as you as what you're talking about. Is like people that have like older people like your age or my age, Pete.
Little bit of wisdom, right? A little bit of knowledge. Yeah.
And maybe even some regret. Like if I could go back, I wish I could go back and change this from when I was in, if I could tell myself, myself in my 30s, this or something like that. That's the kind of videos I see.
Yep. And that's blowing up.
Okay. They're just good at making connections with the viewers, right? Like it's making a connection.
Exactly. They're just come off really good on the camera. They're very likable, and they're very well spoken. Now, for me, it would be hard to do that. First of all, I mean, listen to me. Like, I'm sorry. English is my second language.
You sound like Pete to me.
Yeah.
Pete, what is your first language? Is Polish? Is that right?
Yeah.
So I don't speak to it. Give us some Polish, man. I never even heard you say like speaking full just Polish before.
I did. That was funny. I had one episode that I had a Polish guy come in, and I started talking to him in Polish.
Wow.
And I just left it in. Like, we started in English. Halfway through negotiation, I switch to Polish. I leave it in Polish, and then I end in English. And then 2 minutes in the middle, nobody knows what's happening, because I'm speaking Polish.
Wow.
Ale co byś chciał, żebym ja ci powiedział? O czym możemy w tej chwili porozmawiać?
Wow. Okay, what was that?
Whoa.
What would you guys want me to tell you right now? That's what I basically said.
It's not a bad sounding. It's not a bad sounding language at all. It's not like harsh or anything.
No,
doesn't have
it's a hard language. Polish is a hard language to learn. So,
do you go back to visit Poland every so often?
Yeah, I've been 23, couple years, 3 years ago.
Seems like a great country from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself ever moving back there?
Once in a while with my wife, we talk about it, but not really. I mean, my kids are here. I basically grew up here. Remember, I came here when I was 13 years old, so I spent most of my life here. It would be hard, although, yeah, it is nice in Poland, and it's changed a lot too, but I don't know. I think I'm 90% American.
Yeah.
Pete, are you American, Pete?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know. I never thought to ask you before. I assumed you were. I didn't know. So when you got here at 13, could you speak English at all?
2 words I knew.
Wow.
What do you think they were?
Yes, no.
Bathroom and yes, or thank you, bathroom and thank you.
So thank
That's
you
what
was one of them, and the other one was the bad one
was
with
what?
the F.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So
Oh,
two
so
words that I knew.
F you or thank you? Which one you want? Which one do you want today?
Yeah. So it took a minute. I mean, I probably will never get rid of my accent, which is fine.
Oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
And
How did you
what,
learn English? Did you?
well, obviously, when I came here, I went to 8th grade and then through high school, and went to college, and I dropped out. I never finished college. It wasn't for me. But
So you just learned it by like living around it, basically?
yeah, basically, the first year was the hardest.
Yeah.
But going to school and just being forced to mingle with everybody else. Now, remember, here in Chicago, especially back in '80s, there was a huge population of Polish people. The community was, man, at one point, I think there was 1 million Polacks here in Chicago.
Wow.
It was huge. It was huge. Right before the Communist Party went down, the Berlin Wall thing, so there was a lot of immigrants here coming just for better life, right? And eventually, and now it completely changed within the last 20 years. Almost
Going the other way?
80% just came back, right?
Wow.
So, but then obviously kids like me, when they showed up in '80s, we grew up here, and then I'm not going back to Poland. This is my country,
When you say 80% came back, what do you go back to that again? What are you saying?
Because at one point in '80s, through like late '70s, throughout the whole '80s, there was so many people immigrating here to US just to make few dollars and send it home, right? To make better life for their family back in Poland. Now, when things change and finally, the communists go down, Poland is back to, basically, I'm not going to say independence, but, joins the EU, becomes part of the Western, culture. Yep. Things change, things get better. There's a lot of funding coming in from European Union into Poland, lots of opportunities. So a lot of these people that came here, and a guy who was in his mid-30s, an engineer, came here to do a shitty job so he can send few dollars. All of a sudden, he's going back. He wants to be that engineer. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not kidding you. From 1 million people here, probably 800,000 people came back.
Wow. I had no idea.
Not like overnight, but over a period of And there was a big opportunity too for people that were here. They made a little bit of money, they had a little bit of capital, and now they can go back to Poland, invest that money, and build a business, do something. So that's
very cool.
Probably a lot. There are probably a lot of really good deals in Poland for a while there. Anyway, it probably has gotten a little worse now. But okay, that's awesome. That's got to make you feel really good to know, like you have dual citizenship.
I do.
Okay, so you can literally just go home.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I have a European passport, so I can go and live in any European country, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, well
that's amazing.
That's really cool. I didn't know that much about your background.
So, and now it's and my wife does that too, and even my kids, they were born, both of them. Both of my girls were born here, but they have dual citizenship.
Oh, they do.
Because of
wow.
us.
Because of you and and Anna are both okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a process to get that done, but we did it, and so. Yeah.
How long ago was it that you became an American citizen?
So 90 or 89. Oh. So when I came here as a 13-year-old boy, immediately when I came with my mom, this was a political asylum, and it takes 5 years to become no, I'm sorry. First to get a green card. After a green card, you have to have the green card for 5 years, and then you can apply to become a citizen. Yeah. So it's been a minute.
But
did your mom ever go back, or did she stay here?
No, she stayed here. Unfortunately, she passed away already 10 years ago. But yeah, she stayed here. Yeah, she loved America. So
Pete's been an American longer than you, Ryan. So,
he has. Yep.
You know, when you look at it like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty awesome.
I absolutely love this country. So this is truly, the most unbelievable place that you can be in a whole world, I think.
Love it.
Even though that lately we're having all these issues, throughout the world, I still think America is the land to be. So
totally agree.
No.
Absolutely. Oh, Pete, because we've been going for about an hour 45 now. Before we wrap up, can I ask you to do one thing for me? Will you recommend 3 guests that you think that we would have a reasonable chance of getting on the show? Okay, like
interesting.
We have sent some calls out to some like people that we probably won't ever respond to us. But like, who would you like to see us have on this show, Pete?
Watch him name our next guest.
Right now, number one, especially in reselling community. So I'm gonna. Does it have to be reseller community related?
It doesn't. It can, but it doesn't.
Anyway,
we definitely our next guest will be a reseller to give you some context. Okay. I mean, yeah, we have.
So resellers. I think like you guys should definitely go after. Number one that I enjoyed watching now, and it just has a lot of knowledge, and it's kind of straightforward and no bullshit. And his YouTube channel is on fire. The way he sends the information, it's Justin.
Yeah. Okay. Justin Resells. I knew exactly who you were going to say. The more you were using adjectives, I'm like, oh, he's talking about Justin Resells.
So I watched him from the way at the beginning. I did talk to him a couple times. Fantastic guy. So that's probably one of the guys. Who else? You said 3, huh?
I'm trying to get 3 if I can. If not, that's a really good one. It's not the first. You're not the first person to recommend them, so we're going to take that one really seriously and see if we can nab them or not.
I think, out of curiosity, it will be fun to see what happened, and what's happening is to bring another Justin that you haven't talked in a while.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I'll write him down.
I'm curious.
We need to talk offline about. We should probably talk offline about that situation. But yeah.
Okay. Let me think. Gosh, I wish I had a minute to think about this before.
That's all right. I mean, if you think of somebody later, you can just message me. I just thought we're trying to bring some fresh, new, and Justin Resells he's definitely established, but he would definitely be a good guest for sure.
He would be. Yeah. That'd be a fun one.
Yeah. You know who is fun, and he does a podcast, 3 of them.
Okay.
He's not that far away from me. Is Dan. What's the name of the reselling podcast? Oh gosh. There is Dead Pile Picker. There's Dan, and there's John or Jim. 3 of them. They do the podcast. Is it Reselling Leftovers?
I think I've heard of this crew you're talking about. Yeah. Now that I think I've watched them recently. Death Pile Picker.
Yeah. But Dan actually is down in Illinois, I think, not too far away from me here. It's just funny how I watch their podcast because they argue a lot with each other, and it's just funny,
Yeah.
you know. So
okay, that's what I saw. I saw them. There was a lot of like tension and bickering.
Yeah.
It seemed mostly good natured, but also kind of a little not too, to some extent.
I know you kind of the way they do it, you don't know if it's just
serious or not,
or is it there's really something going on, or is it did they make it really that good between them that it feels like, oh my gosh, it almost punches are going across the thing, you know? So that's funny. So
okay, awesome. I'll try and figure out who that Death Pile Picker is on the podcast though.
Yes,
those three.
And
okay.
then, and I can't remember what Dan's channel is. I'll text you later.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man. Oh, and then we had the inner circle.
They had some questions.
Yeah. Rev Resale asked, do you still not have an eBay store? And if so, why? And I know you've gotten this question probably a million times. I've heard you answer it at least 5 times, I think. But I'll let you go ahead and answer that question if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't have a store.
Okay.
I don't have a store. I'm not going to go into why, though.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay. But you have a reason.
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
I'm sorry. I can't say it. I will not talk about it publicly.
All right.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
Now, if you run into me on the street and you ask me that questions, I'll tell you everything.
That's wow. That's going to make people want to know even more.
You know,
I didn't know it was that serious.
Wow.
I guess I forgot. Why Pete got really serious on that question.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on.
All right. Next question.
So do you own Pete? Do you own the name or the idea or the concept around the Reseller Rally? Do you own the Reseller Rally?
No, I don't.
You don't. Okay.
I don't at the beginning when we first started and the concept came out, and it was, it was me and Golden Finger Picker, Chad,
Ronnie.
and then Ronnie Hard, from Cape Cod, and of course we had Deb, and then we had Nicole State. That was the first thing. No, it was like a mutual thing. Yes, I was the organizers of the first one, but no, I don't have any rights to it. And I said anybody that wants to later on continue, take it over, use it, it's wide open. I'm not gonna hold anybody, go for it, so.
Okay, because we had Mary that asked how you came up with the Reseller Rally idea.
And actually, so idea was there, but the name actually, Chad's wife, Kim, came up with that idea. I'm not idea, the name.
The name.
I think we were doing the Reseller Pulse show, or one of the shows. I don't remember which one now, because there was a few of them at that time. And we decided, you know what, maybe we should let's ask people in a chat, do you guys want to see something like this? And it was like, yes, want to come and see this joint. And then we started working on it, and that's how it kind of started,
So it's so much work that goes into something like that, and so many moving parts. So I'm glad that John is doing all that legwork. I really appreciate him for doing that.
Yeah. So, and now, that's the third one he's going to be putting together. So everything is a little bit easier now, because you have all the connections, and you kind of know the flow, and you know what's going to happen, and you know what you got to do. But at the beginning, yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of, especially when most of the people can't help you much if you're doing this in particular area, right? Because we are kind of everywhere. So everything kind of falls on him to get everything done. So yeah, and still make it affordable for people.
Right.
So
Yep.
Looking forward to it in September. It'll be fun.
Yeah, there will be lots of fun. Always is, man.
Yep.
I know you guys didn't come to the last one.
No,
which was also a lot of fun. And already on that last one, we had that separate ballroom for a couple hours on Friday when there were a couple sponsors in there, and they had an open bar for us, and it was kind of good mingling in there. And obviously, everything later spilled to the bar anyway.
It did. Yeah. I was wondering. So okay, because when I was asking John earlier show. I didn't know how long he had so after the ballroom or banquet room or whatever is over, then just kind of flow to the bar and continue the party there if you want.
Right, because it's first for I think, I don't know. I didn't ask actually, John. That's a good question. I got to ask him. I don't know what the time limit is on this ballroom. I think last time was only 3 hours or something like that.
I think that's about what this one is.
Yeah, and then you get a couple drinks. There's like a moving bar in there, and they have some food, blah blah blah. But then they put a kibosh on that, and then who still wants to hang out can go to the bar. And I think 80% of people still stick around,
Of course.
And we have fun in the bar. So it's a good time. Both events are totally a little bit different from each other because, I mean, you've seen it. I mean, it's like the first night is really, can people just go loose and have fun, and just like on a boat is a little bit more structured, it seems,
more formal.
You got the dinner, you got, a couple things, far as like this IKEA thing, IKEA bag that John likes to do, and that's fun with the DJ. But listen, every one of them that I do, either Friday, like when I talk too much on Friday, then on Saturday I'm barely talking because your voice is completely shot.
Right.
It's like, oh my gosh, so because we talk to so many people.
You're probably talking you're probably surrounded the entire time at these events, talking the entire time.
Nonstop.
It's exhausting, huh?
Nonstop. And this time I'm trying to lay off a little bit on the alcohol.
Right. Yeah, I need to myself.
So, it's, but this is going to be a party. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Famous last words.
People love buying YouTubers drinks, and, or drinking with them, and I don't know. I say I'm going to be better this time, but I may not be. You never know.
Listen, the stories that you get to hear there and talk to people and make the relationships with certain people. My gosh, there's so many people I still talk to this day and made deals or business even related decisions. It's well worth it. If you are in this community, if you miss this event, mingling with people and getting knowledge out of people, I think this is the one to be, like, truly, because you're really like dealing with people face to face. You're talking. It's not the first one that we did was a little bit different, right? The one in Chicago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I still immediately after we did that one, I was like, the Friday night was the bomb.
It was.
Saturday was okay, but this is we got to do it like the Friday night, so.
For both of the ones I went to, that was what I came away with too. Was the night before, that was when the magic happened. It was fun. It was so fun. So, but Pete, I want to really thank you. As soon as, like, I hadn't talked to Pete in a while. When I reached out to Pete knew why I was reaching out, and during our conversation, I made a little small talk. Pete brought up our podcast and gave me the perfect in to ask Pete to come on the podcast, which I took it. And because that is why I was contacting you, Pete. And he immediately said yes. Not
Yeah,
even
thanks,
a
Pete, for coming
thought.
on.
And so, man, that once again, thank you
Awesome.
very much, Pete.
Thank you so much, man.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. And listen, I hope this goes somewhere, because I think you guys are able to do this a little bit differently, that you can talk about different topics and bring different people in. So
that's our goal. Yeah.
You know,
we want to shift. We want to kind of shift as we go, but we also understand that our audience right now, our core audience, are resellers. So we feel like we do want to get away from reselling a little bit, but we also know that we can't get too far too fast. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Another person came to my mind that you guys should bring it on, and he's an interesting character, actually. And now he actually a little bit open up. I don't know if you guys watch his a video maybe from like a month ago, that he finally said, now I can truly talk to all of you about my business and what I do, is Dominic.
Oh, that's funny you say that. Yeah, I follow Dominic.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Dominic. Yeah, sure.
I saw that video.
You saw that video?
Yep.
So,
yeah.
you know, I know Dominic for a very, very long time. We know each other for, you know, and it's just, and I talk to him quite often, actually. And this guy is incredible when it comes to like, he's a reseller, right? Like in hard, but his real job is just mind blowing. So it would be interesting to pick his brain a little bit, because now he can talk about about his real profession, what he does, and that would be interesting.
Because he wasn't he was on the chair of some board or something like that, or we're both fairly familiar with Dominic. That's a really good suggestion. So thank you. And he seems like a great guy. He seems like a really, really nice guy too.
He's been doing it forever too.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, Pete, thanks again for coming on, man. We really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much. This was a great conversation. This was fun.
Yeah.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you very much, and wish you nothing but success.
Thanks, man. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you.
Okay. Bye, y'all. Good night.
Cheers.